Hey, everybody, and welcome to another Let 'em Eat Laughs. We're kicking off our summer season tonight with my bestie comedian friend, Lady Day.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. Summer's here. Well, I mean, it's technically not because I guess the summer solstice starts on the 21st of June. Okay, so we're jumping a little bit
2 weeks
ahead, but 2 weeks,
schedule.
yeah. We like to get an early start on these kinds of things. So tonight we're going to be talking about the menu of self-care. What's on the menu when it comes to what we want to do to take good care of ourselves and make sure that our spirits are shining as we get into the new season. That's what we're talking about tonight. My name is Enoje. I'm your host, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our guest co-host for tonight, Lady Day. So it's been, I think now 4 years that you've been doing comedy. Has it been since 2019?
Yes, I'm just trying to think what month. August 2023 will be officially 4 years since my first stand-up. But June 2023 is 4 years since I did the first and only open mic.
Right.
It was horrible.
Yes, it was.
I'm still in recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, open mics are painful.
But everybody should do them.
Yes.
Should.
I mean, yeah,
it's a great way to practice and then potentially decide that you're never going back to that place again because it was the devil.
Yes.
It really was. So every time that I introduce Lady Day, I'm always saying things like, she's a new face in comedy, but now she's not. I think at some point...
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you're an old face in comedy now.
I'm a less new face.
You're a less...
My face is still fresh, though.
Yes, because black don't crack.
Hey.
Yes. But all that to say that you are no longer a newbie. I don't know at what point we get to take away the newbie card, but I'm taking it away. You are no longer a newbie.
I will hand it over.
Yes, thank you. So Lady Day is an experienced professional comedian and speaker, and in her spare time, she also works as a... Tell them what you do.
I'm a therapist. I do individual psychotherapy, ages 13 and up.
Yes. And what I really love about the work that she does is that you can expect a lot of cultural support for your lens, for your experiences when you're, which I think is important when anybody's looking for a therapist, is that you want a therapist that reflects and can understand your experiences.
I have clients as far as 4 hours away because of that.
Yes. So if you're looking for therapy services outside of her working comedy, if you're looking for therapy services, where can people, what was your website again?
My website for my therapy business is emergingresilient.ca. So www.emergingresilient, all lowercase, .ca.
Right. So with that knowledge, I thought it is important for us to have someone of her caliber to talk to us about the reasons why we need self-care and how important it is to have self-care. And we also want to talk tonight about the role of comedy as our self-care strategy.
Definitely something that I put on the menu.
However, the show is called Let 'em Eat Laughs. So before we get into it, let's talk about, I'm just going to start with what we have coming up, and we're going to talk a little bit about food and then a little bit about self-care. So for those of you who don't know, and even if you do, you may not have gotten your ticket yet, on Thursday, the 29th of June, we are hosting another one of our popular Let 'em Eat Laughs live events. And this one is called Cocktails and Comedy. We had it last month, and we're having it again. There's a flyer up on the screen. Cocktails and Comedy. We're going to be here in Toronto at Buchan up on the Danforth. And our theme this month is Dark and Stormy. Your ticket includes a cocktail, one free cocktail or appetizer, one or the other, with your $30 ticket, and also a wonderful selection of comedians, including our headliner, Lady Day, alongside Rasha Alfeki and Colin as well. a newer. He now see Colin gets the newbie position this time, so he has bumped you out of that position,
and I'm fine
but
with that.
yes. So Colin T. Spence, Rasha Felke, and our headliner, Lady Day. So you can get your tickets on Eventbrite in advance at darkstormy.eventbrite.ca. Also, the link is in our bio on Instagram at funnybishness, FUNNYBISHNESS. Thank you. So that's the event that we have coming up, Cocktails and Comedy, the Dark and Stormy edition. So let's talk about food because we have responsibilities. What did you eat today?
What did I eat today? Oh, I have this new thing that I'm really enjoying, turkey wings. They're ginormous, so I literally only have one wing in a meal.
Okay, what okay, so what consisted of the rest of the meal? Was it just you and a giant turkey wing
No.
like your friend Flintstone? I'm aging myself now. Right.
No, it was sweet kale salad, a little bit of kernel corn, and a turkey wing. That was lunch.
Okay.
Breakfast, almost always a smoothie.
All right. Frozen fruit or fresh fruit?
Both, because it was a banana blueberry smoothie, which is my absolute favorite smoothie.
Okay, super. I've been doing a little juicing myself, and by I've been doing a little juicing, that means that I've been enjoying the juice that somebody else in my house is juicing because I'm lazy like that. But I've had a good combination of like cucumber and lemon together, which is so extremely refreshing.
Sounds refreshing.
Yeah. And also I've had a smoothie or two, but I didn't have either one of these this morning. This morning I just had tea. Like I could subsist on tea and sunflower seeds for most of the day, but which is
quite yeah.
I've got problems, like for a person who hosts a show that's so focused on food, you'd figure that I would eat more of it. But
yes,
the truth
you would
is,
think so.
Yeah, the truth is that you just sometimes get into some bad habits. Like as a person who is now suddenly in a large family, over the years, I just got so used to having to fight for scraps around the table of my kids that I think I've just lost the habit of eating good food altogether.
I messaged a friend the other day because I'm like, I was always saying, how do people forget to eat? And there I was, 2:00 in the afternoon, realizing I hadn't had a meal.
Worked too hard.
I have a morning routine. I have hot water. Was first hot water with lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became hot water with lemon and ginger. Now it's hot water, lemon, and turmeric. So I had that first.
Okay.
Then I had my bullet coffee, and it's called bullet apparently when you put coconut oil in it. It's a greasy coffee, but it's so tasty and really good for you because of MCT oils. Had that and then got working away at my computer and then I was like, oh, I'm feeling kind of peckish. And I'm like, oh, it's not time for lunch yet. And I was like, oh, it's time for lunch. Then I realized, but I haven't even had breakfast.
I think I had lunch at about 4:00 today. Same thing. The day just kind of got away from me, but then I had to go out to pick up some flyers that I was getting printed, and then the flyers were not ready. So I went across the street and I had a burger, had a veggie burger at A&W. So it was a bit of a treat for me for the day. French fries, didn't have enough salt. And I'm not a big salt person.
I was actually quite shocked to hear you say that because you're not a big salt person.
I know. These French fries had so little salt. It was like minus salt.
Oh, wow.
And something's wrong when I have to ask for salt. And then she said, oh, we already salted the fries. Then I was just mad because I was like, there was no way that you salted these fries. So I had to dump 2 packs of salt on them just on principle. Then they were a bit too salty.
Yes. Were you thirsty?
A little bit, yeah. So I had a good lemonade, and then in the evening we shared one of our favorites,
absolute favorites,
which is the basil seafood
Thai fried rice.
And that's just a meal unto itself.
Yes,
I mean it has every kind of seafood you could possibly imagine. Whale technically is not seafood because I was going to say it doesn't have any whale.
There's
or shark,
no whale.
Whale is a mammal. #nerd moment. Yeah, whales are mammals, but it didn't have any shark in it either. But if it had, I would have eaten it because I'm from St. Vincent, and when it comes to seafood, we know how to prepare it. We know how to enjoy it. We know we do it all, but no whale.
No whale.
Yeah.
Or shark.
or shark. But everything else, it has oysters, it has shrimp, calamari, crab. Yeah, it's a very robust. It's very robust.
Might even be
rice.
scallops. Can't remember, but there might even be scallops.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. I think that was the round,
Yes.
the round white parts. Yeah, delicious, delicious. So yeah, my appetite has definitely been sated for the day, which is I also see food as being an important part of self-care within moderation.
Absolutely.
Like nothing feels as good to me as being good to myself with a food that I really, really enjoy. Just to give myself a really good treat completely without guilt. It doesn't always have to be something like sweet. It doesn't always have to be something alcohol, but as long as it's something that I really genuinely enjoy, I just feel so.
And I have this thing, I call tea a hug from the inside out. I just feel comforted when I have a good hot beverage. So that's part of my self-care. Having a nice tea near the end of the day, chilling on my couch, that's good self-care for me.
Yeah, I love tea. I drink a little bit too much tea, but yeah, you're laughing.
It's true.
But it's true.
I know this to be true.
All day long. It doesn't matter the weather, it's like, it's the same way I feel about soup. To me, there's no bad time for soup. It can be boiling hot outside, and I still would want soup.
Soup season is every day.
Every day. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, while you're out there listening in the comments, I'd like to know a little bit about what are your self-care foods. What do you like? What do you do when you want to treat yourself? What do you like to make or have somebody make for you? Is it soup? Is it, chicken? Is it something that your mother used to make or your dad used to make that makes you feel like you're a kid again? What are your self-care foods? Like, another thing I like porridge. Maybe I'm just a person of hot liquids. You don't like porridge?
No, I like oatmeal, but I've never been a porridge person.
So you're saying that out of all the grains that you could boil and eat with like sweet milk and cinnamon and nutmeg, just oatmeal?
I actually don't think I've tried porridge since I was a child. So when I say I don't like porridge, I actually don't know. Like, let's just tell the truth. I didn't like it as a child. It might have been a texture thing. It might have been a look thing. Children are finicky. And I just don't think I ever really tried again as an adult.
I don't know how many cards I'm going to be pulling from you tonight. It's like I already snatched your newbie card. Can I snatch I'm going to snatch a half Jamaican card from you in a minute. But maybe it's the Catition side that is taking over, because Jamaicans exist. Like, I'm not Jamaican. Let's just make that very clear. But my mother-in-law is Jamaican, and her porridge could sustain me for the rest of my life. I would never need to eat anything else. Like, we're talking cornmeal, and oats, and well, I don't love the hominy corn, but I will eat it because when she makes it, it tastes good, even if the texture is a little bit not what I'm used to. But yeah, I love porridge. I think it's nurturing food.
I was a cold breakfast child, other than your bacon and eggs when I ate pork.
Like cereal, you mean?
Yeah, I love cereal.
Yeah.
I was born in Canada, I'm allowed to have some North Americanisms about
me. White people's foods. But sorry, was I still on camera when I said that? Never mind. Okay, I like some cold cereals too. But
there you go.
I think most of them I was denied. Come on, your mother is Black. You couldn't have had everything. Like, was she buying you Frankenberry and Count Chocula?
No. I grew up in a Caribbean household.
Right.
Cornflakes. And I had to sneak to have sugar on it. Because they would cuss me. Nobody put no sugar on it.
Oh, I know. And because there's already sugar in it, apparently. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
Which part?
Yeah. Thank you for flaked cardboard. It tastes sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like
that's why I turned to Raisin Bran.
I did not like Raisin Bran. I like it now. I didn't like it growing up because the flakes just got soggy so quickly.
Yes, they did.
And then I like to pick out all the raisins, and then you're just left with a bowl of bran.
Yes, I think Raisin Bran is actually the reason I'm a pour cereal on after the cereal goes in the bowl person.
You mean what? You pour cereal?
I put the cereal in the bowl dry, and then I pour the milk on afterwards. And I don't actually use a lot of milk. One, because I didn't like milk, but two, because I couldn't deal with the soggy texture.
Okay, and now that's part of the poll too, because I've heard that there are people that pour milk in first and then they pour the cereal on top of the
Yes.
milk. And I personally feel that these people are psychopaths. Like
They're probably the people who have their toilet paper roll under. It's over, people.
I don't think it's over, but
it's over. And I actually read something the other day that said that it's more sanitary to have it over. So it was designed to go over because it keeps it further away from the wall. If you have it near the wall, it could touch the wall when you're pulling out, collecting whatever might be on the wall before you put it in your nether regions.
You feel very strongly about this.
I do. Toilet paper over always.
Okay, so we are not talking about toilet paper and cereal, but in the comments, do you pour your cereal first or do you pour your milk first? Yes. Inquiring minds want to know. Now, I pour the cereal first and then I pour the milk on it because
that's how we've been able to stay friends.
I measure how much milk I have by when the cereal starts to rise, then I stop. That's enough milk. Like, I don't want to see the milk. I just want to know that its presence is there.
I just want to technically not have it dry.
Yeah, like it just got to be.
But I'm not trying to have like drowned the cereal in the milk.
Yeah, because cornflakes just really cannot hold up to that level of pressure. I think maybe that's why too. Like when you grow up in a cornflakes household, which is I think most Caribbean households.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't get the kind of cereal that can maintain its integrity in much milk. But of all the cereals that I was not allowed to eat when I was a child that I gorged when I became an adult, my favorite is Captain Crunch.
See, as an adult, I never bought that stuff.
Well,
I went from Raisin Bran to Oatmeal Crisp, and it was Oatmeal Crisp till I really stopped eating cereal.
Oh, that's so adult. Like, you didn't have a bruck out. Like, some people, they bruck out and they become strippers, and some of us, we bruck out and we eat Captain Crunch, right? Like,
so I didn't eat Captain Crunch, but I also like the records to show I did not become a stripper.
Inquiring minds want to know.
No, I must have found other ways to bruck out.
Okay, so
we will not be discussing my bruck out methods today.
I'll get them out of her. We'll just, we'll just keep working on it. We'll keep working on it. Okay, so we've talked about self-care for food. What else is on the menu of self-care? With your expertise.
So, well, actually, in therapy, I often talk about this in my public speaking. Thinking about ourselves, our bodies are like containers that we hold things. So we hold stress. So part of my self-care is how do I pour that out?
How do you pour out?
What am I doing to release some of the stress that I'm holding? Right? Movement, dancing, walking, those are things for me that pour it out. I love to sing. For me, that's a pour out because I feel a release. Things like that. I like to look at pour it in, but then also the pour back in. How do I pour in the good stuff? Conversation with good friends, other than when they're trying to sneak out your bruck out methods and tell the world about them. But, good soulful conversations is definitely a pour in method. So for me, I often start with what's my pour in and what's my pour out.
See, I like what you said there because it reminded me of my pre-heathen days. When we talked about our body is a temple, your body is a temple, right? And I always thought about that concept as, if your body actually was a temple, you'd probably be a lot more picky about what you put in there. Like you wouldn't just, have, all these things. Like you'd want your temple to be like clean and well taken care of. You'd want it to be furnished nicely. You want people to take their shoes off when they come in and not be tracking mess all over your place. If my body is a temple, you're definitely taking your shoes off at the door before you come and start like tracking dirt through my business and whatever. And that could be that's the dirt of stress. It can be the dirt of terrible attitude,
toxic behavior,
negativity. Yeah. You got to have boundaries, right? No drama in the temple. So sometimes you gotta pour out, you gotta put back in, but you also have to have boundaries of things that are not allowed to come in there so that you wouldn't have to pour them out later.
Absolutely.
Totally agree. So what are you keeping out of your temple? My sister would call this impeccable boundaries. Like what are you keeping?
Boundaries.
Yes. What are you keeping out of your temple with those impeccable boundaries?
What am I keeping out of my temple? Definitely drama.
Mm-hmm.
As much as possible, judgment. I mean, I don't think we can live in a judge-free world, but judgment and just toxic, nasty stuff. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in conversations where they're always criticizing people, judging people, exercising superiority. Well, we're all flawed beings. And yes, I know.
You're flawed.
You're shocked I'm flawed.
I know, who could tell?
I forgot to show it. So silly. But I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. What about you?
You know what I find is it's not just about it's about having boundaries, yes, but it's also about how I receive things.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody can bring something that's negative, and I'll try to turn it into a positive before I bring it in. Like somebody can be like, oh, like this is a terrible this is a terrible plate of food. Like the service is terrible, and I'd be like, yeah, but the desserts are great. Like it's like having a jacket when somebody comes over and they're not wearing the right clothes. I can be like, here, you can take a jacket of positivity and put this on before you come in here because we have a dress code. My temple has a positivity code.
And I love that. It's about choosing what you focus on.
Yeah.
If we focus on non-negative stuff, of course we're going to feel bad.
Like you can find something to be grateful about if you really want to. But of course, if you can't find anything to be grateful about a situation, then don't be in that situation.
And gratitude's on my self-care menu.
It is?
It is. Gratitude practice.
Hey,
right?
I'm smarter than I look.
Identifying the things that, and because it's absolutely that. What do we have to be grateful for? It cannot be all negative.
Right.
Most people do not have all negative in their life. So taking time to intentionally pull your focus away from what may not be working, what you don't like, what's negative, and being thankful. And what I love about practicing gratitude is it also reminds me to be grateful for the seemingly small stuff, right? I'm grateful for bright colors. I'm grateful for my plants. I'm grateful for things that may not be a big deal to people, but if they make me smile, if they bring joy to my life, then I'm grateful for that.
Fair. Yeah.
What are you grateful for?
Well, I try to make a game out of it, honestly. Like I'm grateful for the things that people usually say they're grateful for. Like I've got a great family, awesome friends. But sometimes you have to actively search for things to be grateful for. You've got to, really, really work at it. It's not easy. Sometimes I'll just sit down and I'll have a few touchstones that I focus on. Like I'm grateful for the age that I am now because a lot of people didn't make it to this age.
Absolutely.
Right. And I'm also grateful for the age I am because I'm like, wow, I came up in an era of really awesome music. Sometimes I think I wouldn't want to be any other age. I wouldn't want to be something besides Generation X and not be able to claim all of the amazing experiences that we had, and that I can continue to, like, I can play this music. I'm grateful for YouTube and Spotify because I can have music that I didn't get a chance to buy the first time around. Like, you'd be amazed at what you can find.
I'm grateful for my most dotage years. There was no social media.
Yes, that's important. That's important. Okay, we can take the menu down, only because I can't even see that far. But I think everybody's had a chance.
But I have touched on the gratitude pour in, pour out. Oh, the only other thing that's on there, and you can take it down, is the connect. And so even I talked a little bit about that, just being able to the interactions with people. There's such a beautiful thing about when we connect with people we enjoy our time with. Mm-hmm. And if I can get a little therapeutic-y for a minute, like that's a word.
Is that a word?
No.
Okay.
One of the things that they're now putting on report cards in elementary school is talking about self-regulation. So the ability to regulate one's emotions, right? Bring yourself to a place of calm. But one of the beautiful things about connection is it provides what's called co-regulation. So even in interacting with somebody else, that can help regulate me, right? I can have a good conversation. I can be in the presence of somebody who I might find calming. Or what if you're in the presence of somebody and you laugh? And that's part of what regulates you. So you have the ability to regulate yourself even through your interactions with others. But connection is so important. Most of us do not enjoy being isolated all the time. No. We know the pandemic was one of the things that really was harmful to a lot of people. And now that we have an opportunity, connect.
Connect, and connect.
Yes.
All right, so did we hit up everything on the menu?
We did.
Okay, I also thought of something else that I'm grateful for. when I talk about taking something that can be negative and making it positive, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I have in my life is that I've got very challenged eyesight. I'm sure you can tell by looking at me, right? Like my glasses are quite thick, where some people would be like, oh, it sucks to have such bad eyesight, but I'm grateful for glasses.
Yes. I'm grateful for glasses too.
Hey, are those new glasses?
These are new glasses. I just got these today.
I like
so
them.
Excited.
I like them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should like them. You have them too.
Well, yeah, I have the same pair, that happens sometimes too. Like, I'm not saying that you bought them because I have the same pair, but sometimes when you see something in person and you could look at it and you're like, that's really good.
Yes.
And you're just like, yeah, now that I've seen it, I like it. I'm gonna get it. Like, I have so many friends that have the same one or two of the same glasses that I do because they've seen them and they're like, let me try those on. I'm like, sure, if you want to, hurt yourself trying to look through my glasses, but
oh no, you put them on, close your eyes, have somebody take a picture, and you look at it when you're not wearing them to avoid the headache and eye pain.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so have somebody take a picture.
I have them from time to time. It was my season.
What was your season?
To have a good idea again.
Oh, okay. So that's it till what, next year? Till fall? That's it till the fall.
I have good ideas quarterly, so we'll see you again.
For a year.
This season's changing in 2 weeks. One could come along not too long.
Yeah, but you're gonna waste it right at the beginning of the season.
I don't know. I can't predict when I'll have my good ideas.
Okay, well, I have a good idea. I have a good idea right
What's
now.
What's that good idea?
Well, as you may be aware, but who knows, maybe not if you haven't been following, but I'm telling you now. As you may be aware, Bish Funny Comedy has started selling merch.
Ooh, what's the merch, Bish?
Well, the merch is, it's different than what everybody else is doing. Because everybody else would be like, oh, like keychains. Does anybody need another keychain? Does anybody need another T-shirt? Does anybody need, But we have glasses.
Ooh.
Specifically, we have funny frames. We have fun frames, and we've got a great collection. And I'm always kind of scoping, looking for what exciting frames are out there. So I'm going to expose a couple of things, a couple of these frames tonight.
Are we going to get to witness an unboxing?
This is an unboxing.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah. I said expose, we're going to expose a few of the frames just as like somebody would expose something if potentially they worked for a stripper, even though they say they didn't.
This may be enoje's last show.
But did they? Okay.
Because they're implying.
So let's do this. Because I know that Lady Day is dying to see what's inside the boxes. Okay, so in this first box,
you're moving too slow. Sorry.
They're glasses, So I'm going to explain too that our glasses are what you call window frames. So they're non-prescription glasses that you can wear for fun, but you can also, they're prescription grade, so you can take them to any eyeglass store and have them put your prescription in the frame so that you can have them made into sunglasses if you like, things like that. But what we have here is the window or fashion frames that you can wear on your own, no prescription.
Did you know a non-prescription lens is called a plano lens?
A what?
A plano lens.
Like Plano, Texas?
It's spelled exactly like Plano, Texas.
And amazingly, I can't even believe that I've heard of Plano, Texas.
Well, because we were in the comedy festival virtually.
Online.
Yes,
because I'm not trying to go to Texas right now. Listen.
And if all parts of Texas, we ain't trying to go there.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, we love our Texas. Sorry. Okay, so the first one, reveal. It's a lovely, clear cat eye. Lovely.
Let's see the front.
A little hair on the front, and we've got a little lavender detailing on the side. So we're just going to ask Lady Day to give these a try.
I thought you'd never ask.
Of course, you thought I'd never ask. Of course.
And what do we think?
But let's ask the sound guy.
I like them, but considering I can't see properly anymore because my prescription's off, I may think different with a prescription.
Let's see again. I like them. Yeah, they're very understated, right?
Yes.
Because I know for my glasses, I like things a little bit wild. These are a good choice for people who are like, they like to have like a statement that without doing too much. So
I used to like understated glasses. And then one day somebody said to me, I was excited about new glasses. They said, you wear glasses? And I was in my 20s and I've been wearing glasses since I was 14.
Oh.
So I was like, I've been doing understated a little too well.
Yeah.
But I think I like these.
Okay. So these, I'm the kind of person that
Frames,
when I go out,
number one.
I like people to say, I love your glasses, which happens to me at least 3 times a day. So if you're looking for that kind of action, so I'm just going to put these here. If you're looking for that kind of action, you may want something a little more like
So
like
these are
this.
kablow.
These are semi-kablow.
Oh, semi-kablow. Sorry, kablow.
So these are our lime green aviators, you know, with a little dash of color here at the top. They're gold
I'm thinking Top
with
Gun all of a sudden.
with a double rim. And again, the green detailing at the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if aviators have ever been my style.
Let's see. I don't know.
I think I look a little bit more like Vince with an aviator style. Vince, by the way, is my father, and I do already have his face. His glasses
you
are.
like you're about to go and fly a plane. Actually, it's very very empowering. Okay, so that's number 2. What else we have? Oh, you know, let me just I'm going to take out my mirror so that not that you could see that well, but
I want to point out that the person who's accusing some people of potentially stripping might have interesting hobbies because this came in a Crown Royal bag.
Listen,
what's enoje been doing in her spare time?
Crown Royal bags are like they're for
I
everything.
Get to see myself.
Well, you've got the 2 pairs over there.
Yes,
Crown
now
Royal
I get
bags
to
are
look.
for everything. So usually I like to use them to hold my dominoes. I can use them to hold my Scrabble tiles as well.
It's this part I don't like.
Also, now I can use it as a cover for my travel mirror. All right, what else do we have around here? Okay, this is another type of aviator. These are like ultra thin black light aviators.
Great for plano lenses or very light prescriptions.
There you go. Better? These are extremely understated.
Very understated, but I do actually like. I would have thought no aviators would work on me.
Yeah, but see that
I don't mind
the pop of color, so that is okay. Okay, now this is a surprisingly pink bejeweled rectangular.
Oh, I love those. Oh my god.
Now I have black ones like this, and I'll tell you, wash the edges of the that go behind your ear. Just watch them. They can be a little bit cold.
Everybody needs a little bling in their life.
Yeah, these are definitely blingified.
I like them. Bling, bling, bling.
Bling, bling, bling.
And so these are pink background. What were the other choices?
Well,
you said you had ones with black.
I have a black pair myself, and they're black and bling. Black and bling. But these are pink and bling. Now
I'm black and bling almost every day of my life. Couldn't resist.
Let's just put them on top of there. Okay, now these are a little bit of kablam. Boom and boom.
Ooh, I like.
Yes, so these are, I like these ones because they've got a little bit of spring action on the
they got spring hinges on the side.
Yes.
Yes, remember I used to work in opticals.
Lady Day used to work in opticals. So here I'm trying to describe stuff she already knows. Boom. Bam. And a bam.
How you like me now?
Yeah. Now, I like to point out that our collections are very limited. Like we usually just buy 1 or 2 of a frame so that you don't have to worry that everybody in town is wearing the same frames as you. But yeah, we like to have a good variety of things. Ready for that? This one is probably the most kablam out of all the ones that I have. Pow! Whoa!
Oh, I think you need to try those on. They're your color.
Oh yeah, this is totally my color. So these are orange with blue and gold tortoise shell at the side.
Very nice.
Yes. So just to give you a sample, these are definitely the kind of thing that I would wear.
Those are so you.
Yeah, I also, being that I can't see anything, I don't even know which direction to look. Am I facing the camera?
The camera's in front of you.
Hello.
Go with your sense of direction.
Sense of direction. What is that?
Did you take them off with your glasses?
Yeah, that would be to suggest that I had a sense of direction to begin with.
No.
What did you?
Ladies and gentlemen,
she gave that a no.
enoje, yes. Lady Day,
no. Well, you know what? Everybody knows what they like in their own style. You know, I'm gonna put these ones up here because these ones are the kablam.
Yes.
Kablam. Okay, so this
there's more.
Yes, there's more. I think I have maybe 3 more. Maybe I've got about 3 more to look at.
These have kablam.
These are like semi-kablam. Now, these I like.
I like the shape.
Yeah, so we've got a very bold cat eye shape with a tan. So the color is tan so that it is, put it up against the black, like the color is tan, but yet it's edged with a hot pink, so it's semi-kablam. It's very, what's the word when everything is beige, like you've got a very neutral. Yes.
As we say in unison.
Great friends think alike.
34
right?
years of friendship will do that moment.
I put my business in the street. Yes,
we've been friends since before we were born.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we were friends from before the womb. So yes, it's very neutral, but with a hot pink edging for just a hint of kablam.
Okay, and let's see.
Let's make this happen. Thoughts?
I would have thought no. But I'm surprised. I like the exaggerated cat eye.
Yeah, and I like how your hair kind of frames the look, right? Like I don't have that because my hair only knows one direction, and that's like straight up, like Bart Simpson.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, very, very nice.
Shocking. I like the exaggerated cat eye.
All right,
and even the tan.
Okay, now these are an interesting combination of. She's already. I haven't even taken them out yet. So these have all the elements, right? So these are clear with a hint of blue at the sides, but then we have the tortoise shell on the arms. So again, very neutral in the face, but kablam on the sides. So a combination. I'm just trying to see what I can tempt her with around here.
I'm just trying to see how much it would cost to fill half of these. All right, let's see.
It's an interesting shape, I like that because it's not a square. It's kind of like a wider square.
And because I'm wearing a blue dress already, I just feel like congruent and stuff.
Oh, you know what? I never realized this before, but the sides have texture. The glasses at the side has texture.
Oh, it's a matted, interesting feel to it.
Right.
I like these. I like
these
a lot.
Yes, those I like. I like the shape of them. I don't have any of that shape, even for myself personally. Like, I wonder,
how do you not have a shape?
I don't have that shape.
For all the years you have.
Are you trying to say like I have a lot of glasses or something? Is that what
I'm trying to say that enoje has a lot of glasses. A whole calendar month could pass.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. I'm feeling rather exposed. Feeling a bit exposed. Okay.
I like these.
I think are we down to our?
Oh yeah, even the little.
I think they've got a little texture.
I really like these.
Yeah, I think we're down to our last pair.
And you know what's really interesting? I used to say that not a lot of frames suited me. I was just not doing myself justice.
See, that's what you got to do. It's like that woman said in Coming to America. Come on, honey, take a chance. Okay, come on. When you watch a movie, some lines stand out more than other.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Everybody who has seen the first Coming to America, because I don't know what they were doing in that second one, but everybody who has seen the first Coming to America knows that there are a couple of lines that just really stand out. If you
Yes.
can think of what your line is, put it in the comments. Come on, Andy, take a chance. I also like, if you're really a prince, I'll marry you. All right, so this is also another interesting kind of cat eye. It's very linear across the front. It's
color.
a clear, muted pink cat eye. So this is our last offering. I like the shape.
I like the shape and the color. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
This is good.
And you know, when you look at it from the side, and you may not be able to pick this up on camera, but even though it is supposed to be clear pink, it actually is kind of a rose gold, because from the side it looks kind of like a glowing brown.
Interesting.
Here, let me put it on, because then you can see what I'm talking about at the side. See what I mean?
Ooh, I like that.
Rose gold.
Okay, those look fantastic on you.
Thank you. I have this shape,
Very good for you.
but I don't have this color, but I have this shape. Yeah.
You didn't hear me say she needs more.
Busted. Thank you. So that's our current collection, what we have in stock. And you would be surprised to know that we're not trying to, rip off anybody's pockets, whatever. Our goal is just to make sure that there is so much variety in the world that people can look really good in glasses. So any of the frames that you see here range in price
from understated
to kablam. Everything here on this table ranges from $15 to $30 tops.
Nice.
$15 to $30 tops.
I wish lenses were in that price range.
Yes, well, the lenses, but when I was getting glasses, outside of this realm, I was going in and buying glasses that would be like $247 just for the frame.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they were some nice frames, but then you have to pay to get your glass put in. If your eyesight is anything like mine, you're going to end up paying, $600, $700 for a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
That's
so what's
not
fascinating, I remember from working in an optical, the markup's about 400% on glasses.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you can resolve any of that issue by being able to get cheaper frames that are fun, then we should be able to do that, because we should not be limited to one pair of glasses just because a pair of glasses costs $700 with a $250 frame. That's not right. So anything you see here, $15 to $30. Also, next week we're going to be getting in some, or in the next week or so, we're going to be getting in some transition sunglasses that are dark on when you're outside, and then go back to clear when you're inside. Those will probably be about $35.
For every type of sunlight.
For every type of sunlight.
Even to moonlight.
Right. So the question is then, how do I get these? Well, you come out to a show. That's how
What show could they come out to, enoje?
Well, we have a lot of shows coming up, but if you'd like to buy one of these frames, you can come out to Comedy and Cocktails, which is happening on Thursday, the 29th of June, right here in the city of Toronto at Boucan Edible Bliss, 774 Danforth Avenue. Tickets are $30. You have to pay extra for the glasses, though, but not the glass that has your drink in it, which you will get one drink or an appetizer as part of your $30 ticket. You can't beat that deal. We're going to be having Colin T. Spence, Rasha Alfeki. I'm your host, enoje, and Lady Day is our headliner. So it's going to be a great show, and you can come out and you can see the glasses there. You can try them on, and you can buy the frames at any show. And if you can't make it to this show, we have other shows coming up in the summer, but I can't guarantee you how long these frames are going to be in stock, because, like I said, we only have...
Lady Day wants at least 3 of them.
I'm going to try to hold her off. But yeah, we only have maybe 1 or 2 of each kind of glasses each type of frame that you see here. So if you want yours, or if you'd like to grab one that you see in this video and be like, enoje, I'm just going to take it and pick it up there. Just, you're just going to buy it outright even before you see it. If you see it and you love it and you want it, hit me up, and we will make it happen. So how are we doing for time? I think I'm good. I'm feeling like we've made a connection, and
I feel like I've poured out the not so good.
Yes.
I've poured in the good.
Yes.
The laughter, the shopping, even though I didn't buy anything, but just
sometimes just window shopping is enough. Yes. And we've had a connection of conversation. Yes. We've talked about food for self-care. We've talked about, we didn't talk about travel for self-care, but even a simple
beach is
trip,
part of my self-care.
Beaches,
which is coming up very soon. I'm going to Cancun.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to the Black Woman in Comedy Laugh Fest in New York next week. Nice. That's also part of my self-care, because if you can get out and get on a plane just for the purposes of going and laughing, get on a bus and go laugh, go to a show, go to enjoy yourself, definitely.
And if you come to Comedy and Cocktails, you don't have to go that far.
Exactly, unless you're watching us from Plano, Texas, in which case
and then you got to fly into the
a bit of a truck, but you're still welcome.
Yes,
you're still welcome.
But we did not necessarily talk about how laughter is part of self-care.
Oh, it's such an important part of self-care.
What does laughter do for you?
Oh, laughter does so much. One of the things I love most about laughter is that it tones your body. It actually tones your abs, right? So it's like better than sit-ups.
I don't know if it's obvious I do as much laughing as I do with that statement, but we're going to move right along.
Okay. Well,
and thank you, Boxes, for containing my truth.
If you want a six-pack, watch a sitcom. That's what I'm saying. Forget about the sit-ups. Get on with the sitcoms. Right.
Okay.
And it lowers the stress hormones in our bodies.
Absolutely.
It guards against heart disease. So it really does a lot of positive things for us. So it's important to laugh, and it's contagious. When you're laughing together, you laugh more. So you double your pleasure, double your fun.
Absolutely.
With double mint gum.
Yes. I find that going to a comedy show is like therapy to me. I get to laugh all evening. I feel fantastic. There's been a chemical release. I've been around good people, good vibes. I love it.
Yes. And this is scientifically studied facts. So you can get a lot out of laughter, even just sitting at home and watching a comedy show, but you get a lot more out of it in person. Absolutely. Around other people, where their laughter can commingle with your laughter, and we can all be healthier as a result.
So teamwork. If I wanted to go to a comedy show, what's coming up?
Did I not just tell you that we have Comedy and Cocktails on Thursday, the 29th of June, 8 p.m. if I didn't say what time it is. But yeah, we're all going to be there. As they say about drugs, everybody's doing it. But in this case, we're talking about something a lot healthier than drugs. Getting out, having a laugh, meeting good people, good food, good folks, yes, and good jokes.
Fill your belly and get a good belly laugh to burn off what you put in your belly.
Exactly. You can eat and burn it off simultaneously. Right. Eat, drink, and burn it off simultaneously. So we hope that we will see you out in about 2 weeks or so for the Cocktails and Comedy Dark and Stormy show. And that's about it for tonight. Thanks for being here, Lady Day. It's always
Thanks
fun.
For having me. I've had such a blast. I didn't know I was going to leave wanting to get my checkbook out because I see some things, but I will leave them for the show.
Checkbook, that's so retro.
I know, I totally dated myself with that comment, but yes, she's still older than me, so it's okay.
Yes, I am. And I'm proud. I'm proud because a lot of people don't get to be this age, which is what I said. And I also want to send a shout out to the location where we are tonight, because some of you have noticed that maybe we're not in my bedroom with all the laundry piled up behind me as I usually am when I do this show. But today we're lucky enough to be recording from the newly launched ScarPod Studios, East Side. Yes, ScarPod Studios. So if you're somebody who does a podcast, audio books, social media videos, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it here at ScarPod Studios. So you can look them up on Instagram at ScarPod Studios. You can look them up and you can find out the information that you need. They just had their launch on June the 6th, if I'm not mistaken, just last weekend. And so they have some packages on sale right now where you may be able to get a good deal on getting your audio or video podcast produced. So by all means, check them out and check us out at Let 'Em Eat Laughs Live, Comedy and Cocktails on June the 29th. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you again next week. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.